These days, many Americans are at risk of foreclosure and losing their homes. Making Home Affordable from the U.S. government has already helped many struggling homeowners. Go to makinghomeaffordable.gov or call 1-888-995-HOPE. The sooner you act, the better chance we can help you.
I'm home.
Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, and the Ad Council.
The words veteran and homeless should never go together.
Michelle Garcia served in Iraq. Richard Stokely took the skills he learned in Vietnam and put them to use as a paramedic. But after they left the service, these veterans had problems with homelessness.
Homelessness is the worst thing for anybody to be involved.
If you are a veteran in need, or you know a veteran who is homeless or at risk of being homeless, call 877-424-3838 or visit va.gov/homeless.
a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific. We're Fox Sports Radio. Each week, WWE Friday Night SmackDown is live on Fox. Catch the high-flying superstars as they compete for supremacy in the ring. It's Friday Night SmackDown at 80s.
KIMM Rapid City and K294BT Rapid City. This is the Black Hills Sports Station, 106.7 FM and 1150 AM. Fox Sports Rapid City.
And here's what you need to know.
Get things cracking first in the National Football League. A bunch of players getting their fifth-year options picked up. That includes Baltimore Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson. In 2022, he'll make $23.1 million. That's quite the uptick from next season. He'll make $1.77 million. Denver Broncos have picked up the fifth-year option for Bradley Chubb. Carolina Panthers have exercised the fifth-year option for quarterback Sam Darnold. So he goes from the Jets to the Panthers. In 2022, he'll make $18.9 million. Kansas City Chiefs have signed tailback Jerick McKinnon. He was formerly with the San Francisco 49ers. LeBron James looking to make his return tonight to the hardwood court against the Sacramento Kings. He's been out since March the 20th with a high ankle sprain. Kevin Durant, a no-go tonight for the Brooklyn Nets. Bruce Brown also out. They take on the Portland Trail Blazers. Kemba Walker missing his third straight game with the Boston Celtics. And I'm David Gascon.
It's time for the only live and local sports talk show in the Black Hills. This is the Nate Brown Show, featuring live callers, live interviews, and local sports. Exclusively on 106.7 FM and 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City. And streaming online right now at foxsportsrapidcity.com. From the biggest national names to the hottest local stories, welcome to the Nate Brown Show. Here's your host, Nate.
Well, good Friday afternoon. Welcome in. Your sports, your show. How are we supposed to feel today? Good, right? It's Friday. Thank goodness it's Friday. Oh, it feels so good today on a Friday. No, it is always a great day in the Black Hills. You know that. The Nate Brown Show is back, getting you set for the weekend after night one of the NFL Draft. A lot of reaction today and a really heavy hitter lineup here on the program. The Nate Brown Show on Fox Sports Rapid City. Hope you're doing solid. Beautiful day out there. It's all brought to you today by the Rehab Doctors, our partners, the Rehab Doctors, the official sports medicine physicians of the Rapid City Rush, and, of course, the pain relief experts without the surgery. For pain relief without surgery, get treated by the Rehab Doctors. Take your first step to feeling better, therehabdoctors.com. On the Friday show, a lot of great reaction. We're going to get after it today. Ryan O'Halloran joins us from Denver. Broncos beat writer for the Denver Post. We wanted to get Ryan on today. He's been really, really busy. He asked a really interesting question to George Paton last night. Really interesting question to George Paton, the new Broncos general manager. Ryan was, he's kind of a straight shooter. I mean, he's kind of a straight shooter. He doesn't back down too much of, what the story was last night, what the Denver Broncos did. We'll talk to Ryan O'Halloran next, Denver Post Broncos beat writer. On the Vikings side, Eric Thompson checks in. Vikings writer Daily Norseman from the Twin Cities. We'll go there. Then former Vikings quarterback. He's been in the league. I just wanted to get his reaction about the draft as a whole, the first night of the draft. He's a really good analyst. Sean Salisbury is going to join us live tonight. He's on Sports Talk 790 in Houston. Lucky to get him on day 2 of the draft. Former Vikings QB Sean Salisbury. Then onto the college side, John Stiglmeyer here, South Dakota State head football coach, second round of the FCS playoffs. The Jackrabbits play Southern Illinois Sunday night Sunday night, 7 o'clock Mountain Time on ESPN2. The Jackrabbits trying to get to the FCS semis. And also Rob Aller drops by. Rob Aller covered Justin Fields at Ohio State, Urban Meyer at Ohio State. Pretty big headlines there from Urban Meyer and Justin Fields. The Ohio State beat writer Rob Aller is going to react to how things went down for Urban as he takes over head coaching duties there in Jacksonville. Busy show. We're going to have some fun. I think we will, okay? 720-1067. Let's get after it. 720-1067. That's the Boss Pizza and Chicken Sports Line Live, and how you can contribute to the conversation. Also on the Barron's Wilson text line, open and ready, 720-1067. Now, I check this text line when I get ready for the show each afternoon. You know, we check the Barron's Wilson text line. You can send text into that. We bring up the line here in studio, and I take a look. And it's so interesting. I was going through the text messages. I'm going through the text messages that came into the text line, which some of you sent during the draft last night. It was so interesting to see what you were reacting here. Let's take a look at one of them here. And I'm just wondering why you sent this. It makes me very interested here on a Friday. Why would this be sent in to the Barron's Wilson text line? First text, listener text. Someone please check on Nate. I'm CPR certified if he needs it. Okay, that was one. Here's another one. Nate, you got a shutdown corner. Was really hoping for a quarterback for you, man. Thanks. Here's another one. This is all coming into the Barron's Wilson text line last night. I wonder what happened. What happened? If everything went the way it was supposed to go, what happened? Why this reaction today? Here's another one. Hang on, I got to get to this. This is a good one. Nate, listener text. Don't go jumping off of a bridge after what your Broncos just did. Okay. What happened? Did I block this out of my mind? Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready on a Friday. I'm ready. I'm not going to be angry guy, but I'll tell you, this is an absolute mess. This is an absolute mess. The Denver Broncos have had 3 top 10 picks in the last 4 years, and they still don't want to take a quarterback. It's just stunning. It is absolutely stunning. Okay, let's take a call. Hurry, I got to take a breath. Thanks for calling. You're live, and you go ahead.
Just so you know, I'm call away, Nate. I'll come save you.
You will, okay.
CPR,
okay.
buddy.
I love that. I love that. I might need saving today.
Nate, I mean, I'm glad you didn't get Fields. You would have hated it.
No.
And obviously 10 other teams agreed with me.
No.
Urban Myers, Ohio State, he passed on him. Okay, I know Trevor Lawrence, everybody thinks because he looks like Tarzan or something, he's going to be all that, but I don't see it. But a cornerback? A cornerback.
Yes, I'm with you on this, Steve, okay? You and I disagree on Justin Fields. You got to do that. But what I'm telling you is you can't take a corner. I mean, they're saying this guy's just going to be in the dime coverage. They're going to be like he's going to be like the 5th DB. That you don't do a top 10 pick on that.
What the heck? I mean, come on.
You're laughing. I can tell. You're just laughing.
You know, I feel sorry for you, Nate, because you said it best. You know, Josh Allen. I'm still shocked over that one.
That's the big miss. That's the big miss.
You know, if we didn't have Mahomes, I would have been writing Andy Reid messages every day. Dude, get that Josh Allen kid. Build around him. We can wait a year or 2 or 3 for you to get the
and whether
the
you say Justin Fields, you're out on him. I'm in on him because you now had Allen there at 5. That was 3 years ago. You passed. Went with a defensive player again,
Yeah.
a few years ago, and now you do it again. Justin Fields, which, by the way, the Bears they were ready to go. They traded up, and the Bears said, that's our guy. They have Andy Dalton, but they said, no, we're not relying on Dalton. That's our guy.
Okay, the Bears, they're kind of like the Vikings, okay? I mean, who cares?
Here we go. Here we go. I appreciate you feeling sorry for me, though, all right? I appreciate that, because that doesn't happen very often.
I was worried about you last night, Nate. I was worried about you.
So was my wife, believe me. So was my wife. It wasn't a good night, okay? Thanks, brother. I appreciate it.
Bro.
Thanks for getting in. That's a Chiefs fan laughing. That's a Chiefs fan laughing. That should tell you all you need to know, Broncos country. Don't try and talk me into, this is a nice player. It's fine. He's from Alabama. He's a great player. This is like Groundhog Day. Everybody was telling me Bradley Chubb was an unbelievable, he's the best player. I don't care how many good players you have if you don't have a good quarterback. You want me to explain some things? The Broncos scored 20 points per game last year. They scored 20 points per game last year. You know who scored less than the Broncos? You know who scored less than the Broncos? The Bengals, the Jaguars, and the Jets. I mean, I can't make this stuff up. I mean, we're trying to sit here and say, no, we're fine. We're fine. Yeah, get a corner. He's going to be good in the dime coverage. Fifth corner, we'll put him in there at the fifth DB. We'll put him on special teams. We'll spend the 9 pick on him, and that's the home run hit. That's the home run hit. I mean, this is stunning. The teams that scored the less points than the Broncos, the Bengals, the Jaguars, the Jets. That was just last year. That was when Drew Lock was the quarterback, guys. Okay? I mean, this is a big problem. I don't know if it's, we don't want to, you got to be careful. When you go bold, that's when you have success. You can't keep doing this over and over and over. If this is a Teddy Bridgewater, Drew Lock competition, it's done. See ya. I don't care how good the defense is. And that's why are we playing this game? Why are fans passionate? To win. It's not just so both teams can have fun in the NFL. I got some guys out here that always, we'll be fine. We're not fine. Missed the playoffs 5 straight years. You had the 32nd best quarterback rating. The 32nd best quarterback out of how many? 32. Drew Lock was 32 out of 32 quarterback rating last year. Last in completion percentage. Tied for first in interceptions. Do you want me to keep going? This is absurd. And you had Justin Fields right there in your lap, and you messed it up again. Thanks for calling. You're live, and you go ahead.
Hey, Nate, Jim, thanks for taking my call.
Jim, what's up, buddy?
You're talking about your team draft. And pick the best cornerback on their collegiate football team. They drafted Eric Stokes, and the other cornerback opposite of him is better than him.
Hey, so you're a Packers guy. You might be somebody I'm going to have to stay close with, Jim. We might need your quarterback, sir. We might need your guy.
Yeah, you guys should have him, but you can keep complaining.
Come on. You don't want to give him up. I need him now, Jim. I'll give you anything for him. That's the only way we move forward. By the way, quick one, Jim. Aaron Rodgers, seriously, you don't want him to leave, right? Or are you tired of this?
Well, I'm getting tired of him complaining. He just needs to be quiet and play football right now.
Okay, that's fair. I know some Packers fans aren't happy with Aaron. Appreciate it, buddy. Thans for getting in.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thanks for getting in. Jim's a Packers fan. He seems a little upset with Rodgers. Seems a little upset. Here it is. The situation in Denver is tough. Now the only hope is what? Aaron Rodgers. That's really the only hope. I really believe that. Okay? That's the only situation now that are going to get the Broncos into a competitive area. Because right now with the quarterback situation, you just can't win with the situation in Denver as it is at a high enough level. I mean, Broncos fans they don't really want to hear it, right? I'm a Broncos fan. I've been a Broncos fan my whole life. And the situation is, you can critique the Broncos because they make some mistakes. Okay, and these are big ones. When you have a top 10 pick and you have a high-level QB, potentially a franchise QB, right? Highly rated quarterback Justin Fields. You've got to be able to be willing to pull that trigger. You've got to be willing to pull that. And when you break down the game of football, a linebacker like Bradley Chubb or a corner like Patrick Surtain last night, they're going to be fine players. They're not franchise changers. That's the difference between Josh Allen 3 years ago and potentially Justin Fields last night. And they were served up in your lap. And this is what's interesting. Everybody always wants to say, well, you don't know who's going to be a bust. If that's the mentality, then you're just going to keep on missing anyway. Okay? You're not even taking a swing. You're just sitting on the pine. The Broncos have, after Paxton Lynch, they were like, first round quarterback, just can't do it. Just can't do it. I find it interesting that Ed Werder, ESPN reporter, okay? This is what he had to say. This is his report from last night of the Broncos strategy. Ed Werder, at the request of first-year Broncos general manager George Paton, at his request, George Paton's request, John Elway evaluated the top 5 quarterback prospects for the draft. Now, why would that be? I'm serious about that. John Elway has stepped out of the general manager role. He's in a quote-unquote elevated role, okay? He is. But George Paton had John Elway evaluate the top 5 quarterback prospects. I don't get that one. I really don't. I mean, I'm just lost along the way. And then Broncos fans tend to get upset at me because you have the gall to question the Broncos. I think you can question some of this when you have a quarterback sitting there. You need a quarterback. And so I tell you this. I'll tell you this. The decision last night, I hope, let me finish this. I hope was the step to getting Aaron Rodgers. If you have to do what you have to do, that's the only answer to me. I really believe that. As much as I want the Broncos to be really, really good, the quarterback situation with Drew Lock and Teddy Bridgewater is not good enough. It's just not. I want them to be really, really good. They're not going to compete in the AFC West. That's just the end of the story. And then Broncos fans get upset at other fans that complain about the Broncos instead of complaining about the strategy of the Broncos. You can say they missed on Josh Allen 3 years ago, and they missed last night. I was stunned. I thought all I was hearing, Justin Fields, if he's there, you take him. My first choice was Trey Lance. He went really high. Justin Fields was there, and they go corner. And it's not going to do anything for the team. Franchise changing. Thanks for calling today. I appreciate it. You go ahead.
You know, being a Vikings fan, I can understand your pain, but, 2003 when the Minnesota Vikings missed their pick entirely, now that's bad. But the fact that they didn't even, like you're saying, take a swing makes no sense to me.
I don't get it. I mean, I really don't. You're a Vikings fan. You're sitting there. I'm a Broncos fan going, okay, this is the time, right? You brought in Teddy Bridgewater. He could mentor a rookie quarterback, and here he is. Here he is.
I would have bet a finger you guys were going to take a quarterback.
Well, I'm glad we didn't do that. You just never know what the Broncos are going to do. By the way, I mean, this is a stunner. And by the way, I will say, your Minnesota Vikings, nice moves last night. Nice moves, I have to say. Getting a great offensive lineman, stacking up some picks for today. I thought it was good stuff from the Vikings yesterday.
Yeah, I was impressed.
Yeah, I think it's smart. They have that game. They trade down. They get a guy they want anyway. Appreciate you getting in. You guys drafted better than we did. Appreciate it. Thanks for calling. And that's just the fact. Listener text from a Bronco fan. Sorry, Nate. You keep on beating this subject, because you disagree with the decision day after day. Well, I didn't discuss this day after day. This is the first day. I mean, I'm just telling you, I was thinking they could go and get a quarterback. This is the time. And now that they haven't, yes, I just want to point out, because we keep saying, well, the defense this, and this is why you do that, and he was the best player there. You need to change your franchise trajectory. And the only way you can do that in the NFL right now, for the most part, is with a quarterback and you have a top 10 pick. I don't know any other explanation why you wouldn't do that. I really don't. And the Bears, we just secured the Bears general manager's future. Ryan Pace, he was on thin ice. Ryan Pace, the general manager for the Bears, we just served it up for him, a meatball, and he knocked it out of the park. He would say, hey, Ryan Pace, people were upset with you about Mitchell Trubisky and all this other stuff. Here's Justin Fields for you at number 11. And the Bears took him. No questions asked. They were stunned that he was there. I don't know what else to tell you. Drew Lock did not perform. I don't believe he can all of a sudden magically become this great player from 32nd to wherever. I'll just give you this. I think the Broncos have Teddy Bridgewater and Drew Lock as of now. Those are 20 and below in quarterback ranking. 20 and below. And if they don't make a change for Aaron Rodgers, it's not a good team. Fine defense. Better be really, really good. What's Ryan O'Halloran's reaction? If you think I'm emotional, if you think I'm emotional today, Ryan O'Halloran is not emotional. He's a journalist. He's a pro. Ryan O'Halloran with the facts from the Denver Post on the Broncos pick of Surtain, the cornerback, last night. Ryan O'Halloran next.
You're listening to The Nate Brown Show. Remember to follow us on Twitter at Nate Brown Show and like us on Facebook by searching Fox Sports Rapid City.
Dale's Tire and Reach.
At Terrell Tires in the Speed Center, we let our customers do the talking.
Very well-maintained tire and speed shop, over-the-top service, and very reasonably priced. Need I say more?
Scott and crew at Terrell Tires have always gone over and beyond for us. Great prices for great tires. Also, anytime we've needed odd-sized tires for ranch equipment, Scott gets us what we need.
Great customer service. Spent plenty of time answering all of our questions, and the truck looks awesome with the new rims.
Terrell Tires and the Speed Center, 105 North Campbell Street, Rapid City.
Renewal by Anderson, proud of what we do. At Renewal by Anderson, we are a local family business. Everyone from our office and project management teams to the best installers anywhere works with our owner, Andy Stelflew, to give our clients a red carpet experience every day. We're proud to carry the best windows and patio doors for sure, but most of all, we're proud to help our clients improve their lives at home with a great investment. Contact us today. We'd be proud to earn your business. Renewal by Anderson, proud of what we do.
The neighbors are saying about Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail. Angela Walter, Piedmont.
Anything I need automotive, I bring to Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail. I don't feel like it has to be some big corporate system to do a good job. Your mechanic that you can trust on anything, that's how I feel when I come to Anytime. Anytime is taking care of our vehicles, anything automotive really. Doesn't matter if it's a detail or an oil change or a window broke, even odd things that you wouldn't think that Anytime might handle, they take care of it. They really seem to care about me, my vehicle, my family. If you're looking for a mechanic or you're not happy with the one you got, I would highly recommend Anytime Auto to my family or my friends.
Sales and service you can trust. Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail, corner of Highway 79 in East Minnesota.
Anytime Auto Sales.
Black Hills Community Bank has been the local bank that you can count on. And Black Hills Community Bank has been helping small businesses impacted by COVID-19 through the Paycheck Protection Program. Whether you want to apply for your first PPP loan or the second round, go to bhcbank.com to see if you qualify. Work with a local bank that stands behind you and your business. Black Hills Community Bank in Rapid City and Spearfish, helping local businesses make a great comeback. Visit bhcbank.com. Member FDIC.
Make your birthday a big splash with the Pizza Pool Party at Waikiki Underwater Park Resort. Have the slide of your life when you party at Watiki with gnarly party packages tailor-made for memorable birthdays and events. Enjoy water park admissions, reserved table, pizza and beverage, totally tubular goodie bags, Coco's arcade card, spectator passes, and more. What are you waiting for? Go to WatikiWaterpark.com today and schedule your Wet n Wild Watiki party.
Broadcasting from the Anytime Auto Sales, Service and Detail Studio. Sales, service, and side-by-sides. This is Fox Sports Rapid City.
Welcome back in on a Friday. How is your day today? How is your day? Okay? I hope rock solid. Sean Salisbury is going to join us, former Vikings quarterback. He has his own show, The Sean Salisbury Show in Houston. We'll break down the NFL draft. Sean Salisbury on tap tonight. John Stiegelmeier, South Dakota State head football coach, the Jackrabbits head man. He's on the way. We'll talk Vikings specifically with the Daily Norseman's Eric Thompson coming up. I think the Vikings made a smart move last night. Traded back, still got a great offensive lineman that they wanted, right? And now they've stockpiled some picks. That's the Vikings' MO. They're going to be busy the next couple of days. Here's Ryan O'Halloran. Let's get him on. He's waiting in the wings. He's got a busy day ahead of him. DenverPost.com. Broncos beat writer, the pro journalist. I'm just emotional, okay? And Ryan's not emotional. He's the pro. Ryan O'Halloran back on the Nate Brown Show. Ryan, how are you?
I'm good, Nate. I went to bed disappointed in Broncos draft effort. I woke up this morning and I said, son of a biscuit, it's still a disaster.
Oh, that sounds like me. Let me ask you about this. And when the name came across there, Patrick Surtain, number 9, a corner, and Justin Fields was there. You've come on my show quite a bit saying, hey, if Justin Fields is there, that should be the pick. You said that, Ryan. So what went through your mind there last night about 6:30?
They screwed it up, period. And they took the safe route. And, I think it was John Tortorella back in his Tampa Bay Lightning coaching days. He said, safe as death. And that's certainly true in the NFL. The Bears did what the Broncos should have done. Said, hey, Justin Fields may be a little rough around the edges. He may need a year of work as a backup, but let's trade up and get him. The Broncos didn't even have to make a trade to get him. It was right there. So I think it was Bronco fans should totally be disappointed. That's the feedback I'm getting over the last 18 hours. Because right now, their quarterback situation is Teddy Bridgewater and Drew Lock. That stinks. And that's not going to help you win more games. Aaron Rodgers coming here, if that happens, I'll change my tune. I'll give George Payton a ton of credit. But last night, the safe pick was the wrong pick.
What do you make of Ed Werder's report? At the request of George Payton, John Elway evaluated the top 5 quarterback prospects. What do you make of that?
I mean, Ed's about 2 weeks late to that, which is not surprising. One thing I talked to Payton about is, hey, the influence of John Elway. And one thing he said, hey, he's watching the quarterbacks. I'm giving him some other position groups to also evaluate. He goes, I'd be dumb not to take his opinion because he's played the position. He can ask the kind of questions to the scouts that other executives can't because he's been there. So I didn't have a problem with John Elway being involved.
Ryan O'Halloran, Denver Post Broncos beat writer. So here's the story now. Let's just talk about Surtain. I did an opening of my show, and some Broncos fans get upset with me because they say you're too hard on him. And I understand. I don't want to be a negative guy. So I say, Surtain, a nice player. It looks to be a great player, but not a franchise changer. Isn't that really the rub here? That's my rub, Ryan.
Yeah, and this is the thing that the listeners and the readers have to understand. I'm not indicting the player. I'm indicting the process.
Right.
And, Patrick Surtain right now is the 4th quarterback on this roster. And, they say, hey, he was their best defensive player, and they couldn't believe he was there, even though the only team in front of him that was going to take him was Carolina. So he could well be a shutdown corner, but here are 2 things. Shutdown corners thrive when a team has to pass, which means the Broncos have to get a lead. How are they going to do that?
Let me ask you about the biggest story, and you mentioned it, Aaron Rodgers. I said, okay, if they're going to make a move for Rodgers, this is all moot. This doesn't matter anymore, taking Surtain, okay, the whole thing. So Aaron Rodgers, what do you think is the real possibility? The reporting is all over the map.
Yeah, and I thought the Rodgers camp misplayed their hand a little bit. You know, if you're going to come out like that, like they did, don't do it 5 hours before the draft. Do it 5 days before the draft. And there might have been a lot of machinations and conversations going on in the background, but, you know, Green Bay did what they should have done last night. Basically, the Packers said, just because you want to be traded and traded tonight doesn't mean we have to do it. So I think they're banking on, hey, maybe cooler heads will prevail. They can get in the same room together, hash it out. But if that doesn't happen, them not trading him until after June 1 helps their salary cap situation. So it was what I thought the Broncos should have done last night is they should have tried to find a taker for number 9, stack some picks up that you could have used, 2022 picks, that you could have used in a package for Rodgers. Because right now, what you have to figure out if you're the Broncos is, do the Packers want picks or picks and players? I'll say picks and players. So it starts with Noah Fant and Jerry Jeudy. It includes first-rounders in 2022 and 23, and then some. If you get 3 years out of Aaron Rodgers, that will be worth it.
I want to ask you, if you think George Paton just thinks Drew Lock deserves another year, it feels that way to me. He didn't want to get rid of him in the Stafford trade at all. And so that feels like George Paton has a little bit of an affinity toward Drew Lock, maybe seeing what's there.
I guess. I mean, that's puzzling. I thought a quarterback room today of Teddy Bridgewater, Justin Fields, and Brett Rippon would have been a good way to go, but they didn't. And you know, Drew's a second-round pick. He had a whole year, and he didn't really see a lot of progress. And I think Teddy's coming here to start. You know, you don't get a veteran and have him back up Drew Lock. I would start the season with Teddy. If you go to Drew at some point, then that's what happens.
I think you might be right. I think Teddy's the guy. I really do. I don't think that's great, but I think Teddy's the guy. Ryan O'Halloran, DenverPost.com for the best coverage. Before I let you run, I'll just put this out there. When it comes down to it, the Denver Broncos are going to be relying on defense. Now, Surtain, I've been hearing, okay, he's going to be like a 5th DB. I mean, you don't go a number 9 pick on a 5th DB and a special teams guy.
Yeah, he's not going to play special teams, I don't think. I mean, here's the thing. Is one thing that this organization is adamant about since March is they want to do good work in free agency, so they don't have to definitely take a corner. They don't have to force themselves into a pick. Well, you signed Darby, you signed Fuller, you got Callahan. Now you draft Surtain. I think they got to find a way to get him on the field. Do you play more dime with 4 corners and 2 safeties? Do you have him challenge Callahan for the nickel spot? Yeah, I mean, it just adds to the mystery. I mean, it's like I gave a grade of C- in the paper today, and that was Ryan being nice.
Okay, I can tell that. I know we've talked about this. It just seems like deja vu. No Josh Allen a few years ago, and now no Justin Fields. 2 potentially franchise changers.
Yeah, and here's the last thing for me, Nate, is, you know, people say, well, why do you want Justin Fields? Well, it's good for the Denver Post's business, and I want to cover a first-round quarterback again, and it makes things interesting. Right now, this franchise is irrelevant. It is DOA in the NFL. They needed to add some juice. They didn't do that last night.
I get that. I really do. Ryan O'Halloran, we'll let you run, man. Enjoy the weekend. Appreciate it.
All right, Nate. Talk to you later.
Thanks a lot. Ryan O'Halloran on a really busy day. DenverPost.com, Broncos beat writer. We get him all season long and right in the middle of the draft. Lucky to do that. Ryan O'Halloran on Twitter at Ryan O'Halloran. That's interesting. You know, he says there's just not as much interest. And that's true. I mean, it is about interest, juice. It is. Okay? Do I know exactly how good Justin Fields is going to be? I don't. Neither do you. I don't buy into the whole Ohio State's a mess, so every player at quarterback's going to be a mess. I don't buy into that. Dwayne Haskins is different than Justin Fields and on down the line, okay? I know there's trends, and that trend from Ohio State, that's out the window for me. I just know the Bears were moved up. Number 11, Justin Fields is there. They provided some juice to the Bears. The Bears were just trudging along through the muck. Just trying to Andy Dalton. Oh, my. And now you look at the Broncos quarterback situation, and I'm rooting for Teddy. I mean, Teddy's my guy. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to be rolling with Teddy. I just don't think we're going to be rolling that much. Teddy's better than Drew. I will tell you that. Teddy is better than Drew. Teddy is just going to be the fourth best quarterback in the AFC West. And it's going to be a pretty big gap. It's going to be a pretty big gap. Patrick Surtain, see how everybody... See, O'Halloran was saying Surtain. Broncos guys were saying Surtain. Some of the national people were saying Surtain. I'm rolling with Patrick Surtain. Okay, until somebody tells me different. His dad played in the NFL. You remember him, right? You remember him? So, Patrick Surtain, nice player, good corner out of Alabama, is going to be a competitor. Going to be in that nickel/dime package. I hope he can change games because quarterbacks change games. Corners do not. The Broncos needed to change the game. Let's come right back. I want to get a perspective of a guy that actually knows Justin Fields, okay? So how good could Justin Fields be in his mind? He's seen Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields, etc. And he's covered Urban Meyer. Will Urban Meyer get it done in Jacksonville? That's a big question. Kind of a backstory of this whole draft. Urban gets Trevor Lawrence. He gets Travis Etienne, the running back out of Clemson. He matches up these dynamic offensive duos here. Urban Meyer, Justin Fields, the story from Ohio State's big names. Rob Aller covers the Buckeyes. We'll break down some of those issues with him.
This is the Nate Brown Show.
Renewal by Anderson, proud of what we do. At Renewal by Anderson, we are a local family business. Everyone from our office and project management teams to the best installers anywhere works with our owner, Andy Stelflew, to give our clients a red carpet experience every day. We're proud to carry the best windows and patio doors for sure, but most of all, we're proud to help our clients improve their lives at home with a great investment. Contact us today. We'd be proud to earn your business. Renewal by Anderson, proud of what we do.
Rapid City Paintless Dent Repair is your local hail damage repair specialist with over 20 years of experience restoring cars to their pre-hail condition. Don't lose 30% of your resale value by having a body shop repaint it. Rapid City Paintless Dent Repair offers better resale value, has quick turnaround, and includes a lifetime guarantee on their work. The guys at Rapid City Paintless Dent Repair are trusted locals with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, offering free estimates and are conveniently located downtown. Remember them when it hails.
At 605-343-3806 with folks right here in our neighborhood to tell you the honest truth. Dish offers a better value for the very same channels for your home, business, and mobile. Dish and Wire-Free USA have what you need at a reasonable price along with your HD locals and free voice remote included in the same price. The future is Wire-Free USA with Dish. 343-3806.
Voice remote requires internet-connected hopper. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
The Menholtz 2020 model clearance is on at Denny Menholtz Toyota. We'll make it easy for you to drive a new 2020 Toyota to your driveway. Buy any new Toyota Camry and make no payments until July 2021. That's no payments until summer. But wait, it gets even better. We'll pay for your gas for the year up to $600 with your new Toyota purchase. See Denny Menholtz Toyota in Rapid City, exit 60 off East Mall Drive, or online at DennyMenholtzToyota.com.
For nearly 100 years, Connex has been providing the know-how and materials to help their neighbors grow. Through partnerships with builders, homeowners, and contractors, Connect Home Centers have impacted our communities, making them stronger and safer through support of local organizations and neighborhood beautification projects. Improving the quality of life for others is important to us. We are Connect Home Center, your hometown lumberyard lending a helping hand in building our communities since 1928.
Hi, folks. Kevin McPherson, McPherson Auction Company. We have two beautiful homes that we're going to be selling on our online-only auction system this Thursday, May 6th. One of the properties is located in Spearfish. It's a townhouse, 3-bedroom on one level, 402 Bellevue Court. We'll have an open house this Sunday afternoon from 1 to 3. We invite you to stop by. The other home is a 4-bedroom custom log home, 3-level, with an oversized shop building, 8240 Ford Alley in Blacksburg Estates near Sturgis. Go to McPhersonAuction.com.
The doctors and staff at Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center have provided expert bone, joint, and muscle care to patients in the Black Hills area since 1976. Whether you're an elite athlete, a weekend warrior, or just want to continue your active lifestyle, the orthopedic experts at Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center will help you stay in the game. Don't let an injury keep you from doing the things you love. Trust the team at Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center, specializing in what moves you. Learn more at bhosc.com.
You go with what works. You trust your experience and make decisions based on proven results. That's why ag producers like you have chosen Dakota Bank for over half a century and made us one of the nation's largest ag lenders. We're confident you'll like our combination of personal care, understanding, and local decision making. Dakota Bank is here for you with banking, insurance, mortgage, and trust. How can we help you today?
Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC. Trust and insurance are not FDIC insured.
Broadcasting from the Anytime Auto Sales, Service, and Detail Studio. Sales, service, and side-by-sides. This is Fox Sports Rapid City.
I'd like to dedicate this song to Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers and the Denver Broncos. This is a dedication hour on the Nate Brown Show on a Friday. It needs to happen now. It needs to happen now. The Broncos go defense last night. 3 top 10 picks the last 4 years, and they don't get a QB. 3 top 10 picks the last 4 years, and they don't get a QB. Justin Fields out the window and over to Chicago, and now we got Aaron Rodgers on our mind. Hey, better get to work. It's a Friday miracle show on the Nate Brown Show, and I'm trying to stay calm, okay? Let's get Rob Aller on. He knows Justin Fields. I want to get a guy that knows Justin Fields because I wanted to take Justin Fields last night. My first choice was Trey Lance. Too bad that was Kyle Shanahan's first choice, too. So we were out the window on that as Broncos country sitting here. Okay, we got Teddy Bridgewater, mentor a young Justin Fields, and then it didn't happen. So let's talk Justin Fields. Let's talk Urban Meyer. He goes Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne, 2 Clemson guys, the offensive dynamic duo there. Can Urban Meyer get Jacksonville going? Rob Aller covered it all. Dispatch.com. That's the Columbus Dispatch sports columnist. Rob joins us on the Nate Brown Show. Rob, how are you?
Nate, always a pleasure to be on. And speaking of Urban Meyer, I think it's you can't beat them, take them.
There you go. There you go.
Struggled against, right? Urban struggled against Dabo, struggled against Clemson. 31-zip. The one year, I believe 2016, and it just he'd seen enough and said, let's get these guys on my team. So there's the Urban Meyer take, quick and dirty.
Yeah, I see that. Let me jump to this before I get into Urban. What you think at the NFL level here? Justin Fields. Everybody says this, Rob. Everybody tells me. Ohio State doesn't have good quarterbacks. Forget it. Okay, they can't play in the NFL. Mike Tomczak's the only one you can name. And look at Dwayne Haskins a couple of years ago, and look at what he's done. He can't do it, so don't take Justin Fields. I think that's a bogus argument, but you can tell me because I think every guy is different. What do you think of Justin Fields as an NFL QB there going to the Bears?
Well, Justin Fields, I've covered the Buckeyes for 25 years, going on forever. And as I've written over and over, he's the best all-around quarterback I've seen played for the Buckeyes. The best quarterback I probably saw in person was Baker Mayfield for what he did against the Buckeyes in a famous game and planting the flag and all that. But Justin Fields, when you put the skills of being able to elude the rush, of stepping up in the pocket, of being tough, of being mentally tough, physically tough, of having a really good arm, of getting it, of reading the field. And I know the knock was he didn't go through progressions, but that's that's depending on which set of statistics you want to look at. There are other statistics out there that he led the nation in going to his secondary receiver. So,
right.
I'm not his agent, so I don't really want to. I'm not getting paid to say all this, but he is the best I've seen wear a Buckeye uniform, and that includes Troy Smith in terms of just total overall and potential going to the NFL. Troy Smith, probably still is number one in the hearts and minds of Buckeye Nation in terms of who you would take because of all the wins over Michigan and yada, yada, yada. But in terms of pro potential, Justin Fields, for sure.
Interesting. So I'm a big Broncos fan, and some Broncos fans are very upset that Justin Fields was not taken. Other Broncos fans are trying to say, no, we'll be fine. So if Rob Allers running the Broncos is the new GM last night, you would have taken him.
Absolutely. Yeah. In fact, I had him going 9 to the Broncos in my little mock draft. I thought that maybe Atlanta would try to take him. I didn't think he was going to go top 3. And it kind of really played out, interesting the way it did go. But I thought, if I'm Denver, I'm going that way in a minute. Absolutely.
Well, that makes me feel terrible. Anyway, thank you, though. Thank you. Rob Aller on Columbus Dispatch, Ohio State. He covers the Buckeyes, sports columnist. So Justin Fields, high on your board. Should have went to the Broncos, you feel. And now to the Bears here. I know you're not an NFL writer, but you're a columnist. So I wonder what it's going to be like there with the Bears. Andy Dalton's there. So it's kind of like, to me, Justin Fields is going to start, maybe not week 1, but like week 5. No?
Yeah, maybe a little later. I don't know. Again, there were some knocks on Justin Fields. I don't exactly know what they were. I don't know if people are throwing smoke screen out there to try to move up, however that worked. The sourcing on let's badmouth them so he falls to us. But I think the Bears. I think it's a great move for the Bears. I know the Bears. Mixed messaging there on. Are they a good organization? Are they not a good organization? The Caskies and just everything that's happening there. I think their coaching staff is solid. I don't know if it's great. But, I mean, the Bears, you want to talk about a history. You mentioned Ohio State's quarterback history. How about the Bears?
Yeah,
I mean, wow. So I think it's a pretty low bar for Justin Fields to be, one of the greats. What is it? Sid Luckman, 1950 or something, was the last franchise real quarterback they had. I mean, you could argue Jim McMahon, but Justin Fields doesn't have to be incredible to be really good in Chicago.
That's a hungry market. That's a big market, too. Justin Fields goes to the Bears. I think a big miss again for the Broncos. Just my take. Rob Aller on tonight. Let's shift here. Urban Meyer, Jacksonville. What do you think of his pro potential? Now, everybody, again, in one camp, no, he's never going to make it. Another camp says, yeah, he's a winner. I tend to side with Urban's going to be good in the NFL, and you might disagree. What do you think of Urban?
I think I would not bet against him.
Okay.
I think there's question marks because of history. I mean, Nick Saban didn't make it in the NFL, although I think if you look at Nick Saban closer, I'm not sure he wanted to be in the NFL, honestly. Control issues, ownership, that whole thing, because I think his last year was not horrific. So does Urban Meyer really want to be there? Well, he does. I think the college game is changing with name, image, likeness, with instant and automatic transfers and eligibility, and he wanted no part of that moving forward. He's already got headaches. He didn't need more headaches. So I think he's going to be good. I think his system is sound. It's all about who you put around you, and I'm confident he'll be successful. I don't know how successful. It's a league, right, Nate? It's a league designed to finish 500. It's a parity league, and I don't know. That might drive Urban Meyer, or it will drive Urban Meyer out of his mind because he's very competitive. He's not used to that. He's been in college. He's won everywhere. You lose one game, he goes crazy. this is going to be, you're going to lose a lot of games. How is he going to handle it? He says he'll handle it okay. I'm just not sure he will. So I would be less concerned about Urban Meyer, X's nose, and running the show, and more concerned about Urban Meyer, sort of the emotional toll it would take on him. How long will he be there? He's not lasted anywhere super long. Ohio State's 7 years. When he arrived here, I said he's a 5 to 7 year guy. I don't care what happens. And he was right in that window. Now, the circumstances were a little different than I thought with him leaving, but I think he's a go in, turn things around, get out. So Jacksonville will be very happy if it at least follows that line of thinking, go in, turn it around. They just want it turned around.
Yeah, it's tough to turn that around. I mean, it's not going to be easy. Jacksonville, not going to be easy. Starts with Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne, a QB and a running back. The duo from Clemson going to go to Urban Meyer and the Jaguars. Rob Aller, before I let you run, a quick one on Ohio State. Spring football. Who's going to be the quarterback at Ohio State? What are we dialing in on here for the Buckeyes and how good they're going to be, and who's going to be the QB?
Well, that's what it's all about, right? That's the huge question. I think C.J. Stroud is got a little lead on Jack Miller. And then you've got Kyle McCord, who's the true freshman coming in, who everybody raved about in the spring game. C.J. Stroud was still better, had better command of the offense. So I would say game one, Minnesota, you're going to see C.J. Stroud under center, or actually in the shotgun, right? And one of these two guys, remaining guys, is going to transfer. It's just the way it goes now. So that's what you're looking at. My guess is they keep the true freshman. Jack Miller probably looks to transfer. C.J. Stroud is your starter. And he's not Justin Fields, but he's pretty darn good. And with the receivers Ohio State has, they will make you look good. They maybe not quite as good as Alabama's receivers last year, but not far off with Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, and a cast of characters, which are, cream of the crop.
And Ohio State is preseason ranked number?
Top 5, maybe 5, I'm thinking. 4, 5, 6. That's where I'd go. Let's go say 5.
Rob Aller, RAllerCD. That's the Twitter handle. Find his work, dispatch.com. Columbus Dispatch talking Justin Fields, and he said the Broncos should have taken him. Listen to Rob, not me, okay? Listen to Rob. Thanks, Rob. I appreciate it. Enjoy the weekend.
Nate, thanks for having me.
Appreciate your time. Rob Aller, Columbus Dispatch, sports columnist covering the Buckeyes here on the Nate Brown Show. Oh, boy. Well, once a guy who's seen Justin Fields game in, game out, and very, very high on him. Very, very high. He's very high on Justin Fields compared to all the other Ohio State players. And, it's just one of those things. I don't know what to tell you. I was emotional last night. I mean, I don't get fired up about too much anymore, okay? Had some rough things happen in life. You have to, you got to be even keel, right? But I have passion for sports, right? I don't like folks that don't have passion. Whether you want to debate, it's great. Let's debate. I just don't like the folks, well, it'll be fine, it'll be this. And I had a buddy text me last night, said, we're fine, we're fine. I don't think the Broncos are going to be fine. I mean, that's 2 big misses, okay? It's just 2 big misses at QB. And now, like I said, if it's all a plan to try and get Aaron Rodgers, that's the plan. I'll roll with that. You better be ready to give up the kitchen sink. I mean, you've got to give up the kitchen sink to get Rodgers. And I don't know. People are saying you can go and get Rodgers. I just want to explain this. This isn't like Peyton Manning earlier. I mean, people say, oh, it's like Peyton Manning. It's not even close to like Peyton Manning. Why? Peyton Manning was a free agent. Aaron Rodgers under contract for a few more years. Okay? His cap hit right now is $31 million. It kind of cuts in half here in the summer, so that helps. But, I mean, the Packers have no incentive to do this. Peyton Manning was a free agent looking for someplace to go. I mean, everybody acts like that was just a magic trick pulled by John Elway. No, it was a nice move. It was John Elway's best move of his managerial career, by far. By far. Okay? and just went south from there. So this isn't a Peyton Manning, oh yeah, this is similar. No, you got to give up the farm, and you hope the Packers will even play with you. I don't know if they will. That's why I'm not counting my chickens here. Okay? Coming right back with Eric Thompson, Vikings writer, Daily Norseman from the Twin Cities. I believe the Vikings, it just feels like, what did the Vikings do last night? They just played it smart. The Vikings just played it smart. I don't know if they're going to set the world on fire, but who have they picked since 2018? The Vikings have made history since 2018 in the NFL draft. I'll tell you what I'm talking about next.
You're listening to The Nate Brown Show, streaming live at FoxSportsRapidCity.com and right here on 106.7 FM and 1150 AM Fox Sports Rapid City.
At Terrell Tires in the Speed Center, we let our customers do the talking.
Very well-maintained tire and speed shop, over-the-top service, and very reasonably priced. Need I say more?
Scott and crew at Terrell Tires have always gone over and beyond for us. Great prices for great tires. Also, anytime we've needed odd-sized tires for ranch equipment, Scott gets us what we need.
Great customer service. Spent plenty of time answering all of our questions, and the truck looks awesome with the new rims.
Terrell Tires in the Speed Center, 105 North Campbell Street, Rapid City.
Here's your Fox Sports Rapid City forecast. Mainly clear skies and quiet tonight with lows around 53. Winds out of the west 5 to 10 miles per hour. High temperatures reach up to 79. Tomorrow, mainly cloudy skies expected. Chance for scattered storms. Tomorrow night, 50, cloudy skies. Chance for scattered showers Sunday and Monday. Low 60s Sunday, mid 50s by Monday. That's your forecast on the Black Hills Sports Station, Fox Sports Rapid City. Currently, it's 82.
Not all trusts fit in a box. We do our best to put a personal touch on each one and really listen to our customers and make sure that we take care of them the very best that we can.
We are going to apply the best of our knowledge and ability and care to really analyze their situation and find all the best solutions that we possibly can.
We customize what we do to what you need. Pioneer Bank and Trust is local.
Physical therapy, athletic training, and sports science all at one place. Physio in Rapid City. Dr. Dan Jensen and his team at Physio are ready to help you perform at your best. From the youth athlete to the active adult, trust the team at Physio. Physio offers the skilled, personalized approach to physical therapy and athletic training, building the best athletes in the Black Hills as the official strength and conditioning provider for Stevens, Central, and the Rapid City Rush. Learn more at bhphysio.com.
Ever since Barron's Wilson Funeral Home first opened their doors in Rapid City 140 years ago, they have continued to make personal service their #1 priority. In your time of grief, they offer a personal touch by being at your side through every step of the funeral process. They answer difficult questions and guide you toward other professional services you may need. See for yourself the wide variety of services they can provide for you by visiting their website at barronswilson.com.
This is the story of Ted. Ted didn't play the lotto with everyone else at the office. Jackpot? Ha! Ted laughed. Sure, it's fun to dream, but you're never gonna win. Until they did. Guess who still works at the office? Ted. Guess who doesn't? Everyone else. Don't be a Ted. You've got a lot to win. Give yourself a chance. Play lotto games from the South Dakota Lottery today. Good fun. Must be 18 to play. Please play responsibly.
Here at Pizza Ranch, we appreciate innovations in food delivery, like how the ancient Italians used to slingshot hot meals to hungry Romans on the go. And while we appreciate the creativity, it turned out to be, well, a little messy. So, we found a better way to bring you our legendary pizza, the country's best chicken, and our one-of-a-kind cactus bread. Just place your order online, on the phone, or on our app, and then pick it up or have it delivered right to your door. All nicely packaged in clean, sturdy, non-flying boxes. No catching necessary. Pizza Ranch. Mmm.
Broadcasting from the Anytime Auto Sales, Service and Detail Studio. Sales, service, and side-by-sides. This is Fox Sports Rapid City.
That's my theme song today as the Denver Broncos fan. It's okay, everybody. Let's have some fun today, huh? All right. The Nate Brown Show live on Fox Sports Rapid City. We're just having fun today. That's what it is, right? Trying to have some fun. We're a little passionate today, a little edgy. It's okay. My wife told me to cool off. I'm trying, okay? Had to take sleeping pills last night. It's something else. We'll talk to Sean Salisbury coming up. Former NFL quarterback. He'll tell me the situation, okay? He'll bring me back to reality. Sean Salisbury coming up, former Vikings quarterback, live on the way. Speaking of the Vikings, let's go to Eric Thompson, Vikings writer, DailyNorseman.com for the draft coverage you want. That's there, DailyNorseman.com. Eric Thompson on the Nate Brown Show. Eric, how are you?
I am doing well, and I must say, as a Vikings fan, I'm very glad that former Vikings assistant GM George Paton, he saved Mike Zimmer from himself. If Surtain was going to be there at 14, you know exactly what the Vikings are going to do. Zimmer can't say no to a great corner, so I'm glad that Denver took care of that, so the Vikings could work their magic last night.
Yeah. George Paton said he didn't want anybody to know of their interest in Surtain. He didn't want anybody to know. And I was like, so that's why everybody was saying they're going to take Fields. Oh, okay, I got you. You just didn't want anybody to know they were going to take Surtain. Anyway, here's the thing about the Vikings last night. I got to say this. Vikings, they did what they do. They trade back. They try and play it smart. They say, hey, we know this guy we're going to get as an offensive lineman. That's what we want. They get Darisaw, offensive tackle. They stockpile picks at the same time. I'd say it's a good night for the Vikings. What do you say?
Yeah, I mean, the plan, I mean, it worked out as good as I think they could have hoped last night, because at 14, what was after the Chargers took Slater off the board, I think it was kind of the Vikings. There wasn't anyone that they needed to sprint up to the podium and absolutely take at 14 at that point. So the fact that they were able to trade down, get a couple thirds in exchange for a fourth rounder from the Jets to trade back, and they still ended up with a guy. I mean, he was projected right at that, right around that 14th pick on most of the mock drafts, and to get him 9 picks later and pick up some extra draft ammo in the process, you can't argue with the results there. And of course, you can always debate on if the Vikings should have taken a shot at Fields. That kind of seems to be the same, the sentiment. But for what was presented to them at the board at 14, I really like what they did.
Okay, so offensive lineman. Here's something I just saw. I think I have this stat. I want to pull this stat up so I don't mess it up. The Minnesota Vikings, okay, they have now drafted since 2018 the most offensive linemen in the first and second round. The most offensive linemen since 2018 in the first and second round. So everybody keeps saying the Vikings offensive linemen, they've been bad, but they've tried to invest there. Have they missed? Have they been average? What do you make of that stat? They've invested in O-line, Eric.
Well, it's the old saying: if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? I mean, they kind of ignored it. I mean, in between up until the last few years, until the Bradbury pick, the Brian O'Neill pick, it had been a long time since they picked. I think it had been since Matt Khalil back in 2012. So there was a gap there. But yeah, they've really been trying to. I mean, that kind of seems to be the. I mean, you could write the same season preview for the Vikings the last 4 or 5 years. It feels like it's like, well, they have a lot of talent on both sides of the ball, but their offensive line might be their Achilles heel. I mean, it kind of it's been the rap on them, and I think you can't you can argue with the results, that's for sure, just because they haven't worked out. But again, the process, the NFL draft, it's a crapshoot. I mean, you can do all the research in the world, and you could have the exact right person you think at the exact right position, and he could still be a bust. So the process is there. But yeah, the Garrett Bradbury pick a couple years back, it hasn't really panned out thus far. He's been okay, but definitely hasn't been worthy of a first-round pick. Brian O'Neill has worked out. He's been the starter at right tackle almost since he got into town in Minnesota. So I appreciate what they're trying to do, but yeah, until Darisaw becomes the next left tackle for the Vikings, it's been more misses than hits, that's for sure.
The Vikings, since 2018, no team in the NFL has used more first or second round picks on offensive line, and they get Darisaw, Virginia Tech, big tackle. Really hope it works out because they need good pass blocking. Their run blocking's been pretty good. They need good pass blocking. So now the trade-off here, they stack some picks up. What do you see, Eric? What do the Vikings need to do here in the next day or two? You're going to be stacking up picks here. What are they going to do, the needs that they need to get? Edge rusher, you're going to go there. You're going to go secondary. Where are they going to go?
Yeah, that's the question, and they definitely have the ammunition to make a lot of moves, even early on tonight. Of course, much has been made about the fact that they don't have a second-round pick after the Yannick Ngakoue it was a disaster kind of trade because they only got 6 games out of him. They lost their second-rounder. But they're with that Darrisaw trade, they're very early in the third, and right now, as it stands, right before the second round kicking off here in a little bit, they have 4 third-rounders and 3 fourth-rounders. That is a lot of ammunition where they can trade up and pick earlier on tonight and down the road as well. And as far as where they go, that's a very good question. I still think they need more help on the offensive line. The guard position is definitely not in. It's not set in stone. They picked up Cole from Arizona, who has been an okay player, but I don't think you can pencil him in as a starter right away. And they don't know exactly what they're going to do with Ezra Cleveland, another second-round pick that they picked last year, who played mostly right guard. Now that you figure with Darrisaw, so there's still plenty of room there. And Paul Allen, who usually knows things, the voice of the Vikings, he threw out in his show today that the Vikings might be looking at a safety earlier on tonight. So that's something, with Xavier Woods, the departure of Anthony Harrison, picking up Xavier Woods, they might be looking for help in the secondary. And but edge rusher is the number one thing for me. I think that was kind of why I was kind of rooting for someone like the Kwity Paye for the Vikings last night, but they definitely need someone else to bookend Danielle Hunter right now because they don't really have an answer for that other edge rusher. So I think they definitely need help, and hopefully they can address that tonight.
You probably, out of all those picks, 3rd, 4th round, I know you're getting the middle rounds there, you got to get a couple more starters, right? I don't know if you can find those guys, maybe, but you need some starters at those spots.
Yeah, and the Vikings have been historically pretty good in the 2nd and 3rd round for finding impact guys that can start right away, and they definitely need that because there are holes on this roster. I tweeted out kind of a joking offensive depth chart for the Vikings today. With the addition of Darrisaw, that there's still a big question at left guard. And I said basically for that position, I said please not Dozier, and then there's the question about the 3rd wide receiver. Are they okay with Chad Beebe? Personally, I'm not. I'd love for them to get more help, run a little more 11 personnel. Now that Kyle Rudolph's gone, they just have the one main tight end and Irv Smith, give their offense a little more versatility this season. So, yeah, they're going to need to. That's kind of what they tried to do last year, and they had some hits, but they had a lot of misses too. They had out of their 15 draft picks. So, if the Vikings hope to take that next step and get back into the playoffs, which is something I think that Zimmer is probably going to need in order to save his job this season, they're going to have to hit on a couple of these picks, and they aren't going to. They don't have the luxury of being the developmental prospect that can come along in a year or two. They will need to make an impact right away.
Eric Thompson, DailyNorseman.com. Nobody wants to throw it out there, but you're going to have to pick a quarterback here. You're going to have to pick a quarterback, and I'm really intrigued by it because this could be the heir apparent to Kirk Cousins, maybe. So, I'm going to got my eye on, I think they're going to take a quarterback here.
That would be very intriguing. That was kind of the thing last night when Fields is there. I understand why the Vikings didn't do it because Kirk Cousins, they're kind of married to him financially for the next couple of years. But the one name that has kind of jumped out at me is Kellen Mond from Texas A&M. I'm guessing he'd probably be picked tonight, and he's kind of one of those. He'd probably take some development, but if he could sit behind Cousins for a year or two and develop and kind of learn the system and kind of polish up some of the things he needs to do, that's a really interesting pick. That's one. I definitely would not be opposed to that. And right now, it's anything. Kirk Cousins has been absolutely blessed with his durability because he hasn't missed a single game. But if he does, the Vikings literally don't have much of an answer right now, because I'm not pounding the table for Jake Browning and Nate Stanley as backups. So that's definitely something they could probably address.
I think so. I really do. Nobody really wants to throw that out there, and Vikings fans will be upset if they take a quarterback, because then they'll be like, no, we need somebody on the edge, and we need this. And then if they don't take a quarterback, well, who's going to be the backup? Oh, welcome to Vikings world. It's just like Broncos world. It's very similar. Eric Thompson, Vikings writer, DailyNorseman.com. Enjoy the draft, man. We'll be there on the side. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on again, Nate.
All right. Eric Thompson on a Friday, DailyNorseman.com from the Twin Cities, Vikings writer here on the Nate Brown Show on Fox Sports Rapid City. I think the Vikings are just they play it pretty smart in the draft. They really do. Rick Spielman plays it pretty smart. Everybody has some misses, some whiffs. He does too. But the Vikings they love this trading back, getting more picks. They had guys come in last year that played right away. Dantzler, Gladney. Now you can say they weren't great, but they played right away, made some impact, and they worked them into that secondary right away. He's got some offensive lineman investment now. This is another offensive lineman. They traded back. They got the guy that they wanted to anyway, tackle Darisaw out of Virginia Tech. So they got more picks, and they're going to be busy here tonight, tomorrow. They're going to be busy. I still think the Vikings are going to go, or should go, I got to make sure, I'm not an insider. The Vikings should go quarterback here of some sort pretty quickly. I think so. Let's see. Listener text, some messages coming in. Listener text, we're not that bad, are we? What? What do you mean? I just said you were pretty good. I just think you need a QB there coming in on the back steps there, just waiting for the opportunity when you guys get tired of Kirk Cousins. I have a question of the day. Before I get to Sean Salisbury, he's coming up. Former Vikings quarterback. We'll talk to him about a lot tonight. Sean Salisbury taking some time out on a Friday night to join us on Fox Sports Rapid City, break down the draft and more. We'll talk to Sean Salisbury on the way in 10 minutes. First, I come back with a question of the day. A lot of answers coming in. I want to know yours. What are the chances the Broncos end up with Aaron Rodgers this season? A little fun Friday question of the day. What are the chances the Broncos end up with Aaron Rodgers for this season? Really, tell me just what you think. Let me have some fun. I'll tell you what I think next.
The Nate Brown Show.
The doctors and staff at Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center have provided expert bone, joint, and muscle care to patients in the Black Hills area since 1976. Whether you're an elite athlete, a weekend warrior, or just want to continue your active lifestyle, the orthopedic experts at Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center will help you stay in the game. Don't let an injury keep you from doing the things you love. Trust the team at Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center, specializing in what moves you. Learn more at BHOSC.com.
Visit blackhillsenergy.com/811. If you're looking to tackle any do-it-yourself projects around the house this weekend, remember to call 811 before doing any digging. Black Hills Energy reminds you that no matter how big or small, every digging project warrants a call to 811. It's free, it's safe, and it's the law. Visit blackhillsenergy.com/811 to learn more.
KIMM Rapid City and K294BT Rapid City. This is the Black Hills Sports Station, 106.7 FM and 1150 AM. Fox Sports Rapid City.
Hi, this is David Brenneman with Coldwell Banker in Rapid City. Have you thought about buying your first home or maybe upgrading to a home that you will really love? Real estate is an important investment that you want to get right. I have been in the business of finding the right home for 15 years. To get started, contact me, David Brenneman, at 415-0044. Let's open the door to your new home and say hello to a goodbye with me, David Brenneman, at 415-0044.
Hey, it's Nate Brown. I got to tell you about Pour 54 in downtown Rapid City. If you haven't been there yet, make plans now. You will not be disappointed. I'm telling you, Pour 54 has 3 levels, plenty of space, 54 taps of craft beer, wine, hard seltzer, and hard cider. At Pour 54, you are your own bartender. No more waiting on drinks. You just grab a glass, make your choice, pour from the tap. Oh yeah, the food, out of this world. Get your night started with their pretzel board and then order up one of the awesome Pour 54 Detroit-style pan pizzas. They're unbelievable. If it's date night, after work happy hour, or just watching the big game, Pour 54 is the best place to go. And I know you'll absolutely love it like I do. There's simply no place like it in Rapid City or this region. Pour 54 opens at 3 p.m., located downtown Rapid City at 615 Main Street. You want to experience Pour 54.
Hi, it's Colin Coward. Great to be in the Black Hills. Getting the herd weekdays 10 to 1 on 106.7 FM and 1150 AM. Fox Sports.
Welcome back in on a Friday. It's the Drive at 5. You've made it. You've made it to Friday. It's a beauty out there. A beauty getting you set for the weekend. The Nate Brown Show, South Dakota Sports Talk Show. Such interesting text messages sent in today to the Barron's Wilson text line. A lot of listeners concerned about my mental health and my mental well-being. I mean, they were sending in text messages to our text line. We open these up when we come in the afternoon getting ready for the show. We open up the line for you so you can text the show. I saw these. They came in last night during the draft to the text line. Nate, do you need CPR? Nate, are you going to jump off a bridge? Nate, okay, because of the Broncos mess, in my opinion, last night at number 9, going with another defensive player. I'll tell you, that defense is going to have to be really salty in Denver, I will say, unless you get Aaron Rodgers. Oh, there it is. That's the last chance. The last chance I can tell you about is Aaron Rodgers. That's the only chance for the Broncos to have a real quarterback situation in Denver to compete in the AFC West. Because right now, they have the worst quarterback situation in the AFC West by far. I mean, it's by far with Teddy Bridgewater and Drew Lock. There's just no arguing that. Carr, Herbert, and Mahomes. I mean, it's just not really even close. And so Aaron Rodgers is the number one plan now. I just think it's very difficult to get him. Very difficult to get him. It's not the Peyton Manning situation when Peyton was a free agent, when Peyton had neck surgery. Yeah, Elway worked his magic, and they were like, we'll take a chance. It worked out really, really well. But this isn't the Peyton Manning situation. I think it's going to be really hard to get him. Here on the Nate Brown Show on the Drive at 5, it's brought to you by Summit Automotive Group, SummitAutomotiveGRP.com, where you want to check in, okay? SummitAutomotiveGRP.com, car buying built around you. My question of the day is what? What are the chances that the Broncos get Aaron Rodgers? Okay, Aaron's still upset. I mean, okay, I guess there's always a chance. I don't love the chances, but here's the audience. This is a lot of votes now. A lot of votes, over 128 votes here on the program tonight. It says the Broncos will get Aaron Rodgers. 52% say yes, you better believe it. 48% say no way, no how. 48 is a close vote, so enough Broncos fans with some hope today saying, yes, the Broncos can get him. I'm not so sure. Let's go to the phones. Thanks for calling. You're live, and you go ahead.
Hey, Nate. How you doing today, man?
Not so good, McJudgerson. Not so good. I mean, usually I tell you I'm doing good, right? Usually I'm telling you I'm doing good. I'm not doing very good. How are you?
Well, I'm doing okay, and I want to boost your spirits a little bit here, okay?
Oh.
So, well, for Aaron Rodgers' question of the day, you're not likely. I'd say probably maybe 15% chance you actually get the guy. But the reason
when are you going to start boosting my spirits? Okay, continue.
Right about now. About now. So what you were saying about the quarterback situation in the AFC West?
Yes.
Why do you think you're investing in defense? Like, you got to slow those guys down, man.
Oh,
like,
okay.
You're not gonna, you're not going to get into a shootout and beat those guys. I don't care who you have for a quarterback. You got to slow them down.
I see what you're saying.
That's how the Bucs beat them. Like, the Bucs stopped the Chiefs because they have a fantastic defense. So that's how you beat them. Like,
that's not
you're investing.
Not
you're
a bad
investing
silver
in the
lining.
future.
Not a bad silver lining. So then we're only going to lose by 6 instead of by. Oh, okay,
Right.
sorry.
Exactly.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, it's better than Vikings. We'd lose by 20. So,
There you go. No, I know
Have a
what
good
you're
afternoon,
saying.
buddy.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks. The McJudgerson saying you just got to stop those guys. There's no doubt about that. Patrick Surtain's the pick, corner out of Alabama, arguably the best defender on the board, right? That's what they're saying. So I'll take him. I just won't take him over quarterback. I'm just going to never be on that train. That train is gone. It left with Josh Allen 3 years ago, a top 5 pick, and we didn't go, and we went defense there, and I didn't think it would happen again. I just didn't. So that's why I was Josh Allen's my guy. That's my boy. We've talked to him over there at Wyoming, had him on the show. I have a lot of close relationships with Wyoming folks. Josh Allen's like my guy. I was very disappointed 3 years ago. I didn't think it would happen again. Justin Fields, falls right in your lap, and they do it again. I hope that defense is good, McJudgerson. I really, really do, because they're going to have to be good. Going to have to be nasty. So that's the vote. What are the chances the Broncos end up with Aaron Rodgers for 2021? 52% of you say, you better believe it. They will. 48%, no way. Listener text coming in from a Packers fan. Hang on, let's find it. Listener text. As your resident Packers fan, you are. So the resident Packers fan, here he is. Listener text. I only see the Aaron Rodgers thing going 2 ways. Either the team and Rodgers make up, they do a new contract extension. The other option's Rodgers just going to retire and walk away. Just going to retire and walk away. The Packers won't trade Rodgers to the Broncos. They had their chance, and they got cold feet. They don't want to be the ones that kicked that Hall of Famer to the curb. Yeah, I think that's pretty legitimate. I think it's going to be tough to get Rodgers. Big cap hit against the Packers, too, right now. So June 1st, it lessens that cap hit, cuts it in half. I don't think you're going to have a major deal over the next month at least. They can agree to it and release that. So we might hear something. We shall see. I'm going to hold out hope because it is the hope I have for the Broncos now. Otherwise, if you don't get Rodgers, Broncos fans, you just have to admit it was a big mistake. Teddy Bridgewater and Drew Lock are not going to win you titles, and that's what we're playing for. We're not playing for kicks. Thanks for calling. You're live, and you go ahead.
Hey, Nate, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. What's up?
Well, the Vikings are just the opposite. We need defense, so we draft offense.
Okay, so you're upset. Well, they need a little offensive line help, no?
Well, yeah, I guess left tackle was probably a necessary need, but our defense was miserable last year, and I would have thought that they would have gone after a top defensive player. Maybe they didn't feel there was one left that late in the first round. I don't know, but I just think, why don't you think Bridgewater will help him a little bit? You think he's too injury prone?
No, I mean, he'll help him a little bit. I think Bridgewater will start. I really do. I'm the ship sailed for me with Drew Lock. So I think Bridgewater will start. I just think he's not at the level that we're going to need him at. I just don't. I'm going to be rooting for Teddy. I like Teddy. Character guy. I don't think he's going to be an elite player. I just don't. And I would have rather had Teddy there with a Justin Fields to try and move this organization to the future. That's what I want.
Well, why did Justin Fields drop so far? It tells me that maybe in his workouts, he's not the player everybody thought he was originally, or he wouldn't have gone as low as he did.
Well, there was teams up there that didn't need anybody, right? I mean, there was teams up there that didn't need anybody. The Broncos were at 9. That wasn't going to be that far.
Mm-hmm.
The Trey Lance went, Trevor Lawrence went. That was it.
Yeah.
And Zach Wilson.
I'm not so sure I would go that high with Fields. I don't know. I just don't think he's going to be a big star in the league. That's just my opinion. But
okay, buddy. That'll make me feel a little better, okay? All right.
That's what you roll the dice for, I guess, right?
Appreciate it. Good to hear from you.
Right.
Thanks for getting in. Let's get to Sean Salisbury next. What does he think? What does Sean think? Former Vikings quarterback NFL quarterback, now on Sports Talk 790 in Houston. Sean Salisbury breaking down the draft next.
From high school to college to the pros, this is the Nate Brown Show on 106.7 FM and 1150 AM Fox Sports Rapid City.
Gateway Autoplex in Rapid City had a record March. April is a great time to spring clean. If you've got a car, a truck, an SUV, a motorcycle, a boat, we'll trade or absolutely buy anything. And don't forget about our unbeatable credit rebuilder program at gatewayapproves.com. For everything automotive, from DVD players to bed liners to hail to remote starts, come to Gateway Autoplex. Check us out on our website or call 385-0400. I'm Scott Hanna. And I'm Adam Ray. And nobody, I mean nobody, beats a Gateway deal.
Hi, this is Rihanna Wickett at Elevate Performance. We are ready to launch our summer sports performance camps, and now is the time to register the athlete in your family. If you want your athlete to run faster and jump higher, join us at Elevate this summer to get that edge. Our summer sports performance camps are open to boys and girls grades 6 through 12. Elevate Performance is ready to help our local athletes improve their strength, speed, agility, and more. Register today for the summer sports performance camp. Just visit elevateperformancesd.com.
In the Army National Guard, family means everything.
They really appreciate what she's done as a sister as well as a soldier and, supporting their country.
Our parents, they were really supportive that all 5 of us would join.
Family members that are soldiers in the Army National Guard inspire and influence, setting a path for others.
It's validating knowing that, I kind of did my part to make sure this is what they actually wanted and that they feel the same way I do. I'm really proud that we get to help shape the future, and I know that my sisters are going to be amazing soldiers.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard instills pride that you and your family will share in.
A lot of pride, and they're just out there doing something every day and then serving their country as well.
I got my education because of the Guard. I got to travel a little bit and experience a whole different culture.
Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service. Sponsored by the South Dakota Army National Guard. Aired by the South Dakota Broadcasters Association and this station.
We all know life's busy, and if you get sick, you can get behind pretty quick. That's where Black Hills Urgent Care comes in. No appointments needed, no long waits, just fast, affordable care to get you feeling better quicker. Black Hills Urgent Care has 2 locations in Rapid City on Haynes Avenue and Mountain View Road. You can simply check in online at bhucare.com. That's with the letter U, bhucare.com. When you need care, see the team at Black Hills Urgent Care, the faster way to get better.
In the past, if you needed auto body repair, you had to get multiple estimates and then try to get your car into a shop for repair. Well, not anymore. In most cases, you can stop by one shop, get your estimate, and schedule your car for a repair. The question now becomes which shop you choose. If you like quality, choose J&J Truck and Auto Body. They have ASE, PPG, and Gold I-CAR certifications that allow them to offer you a nationwide warranty. And they'll work with your insurance company so you're pleased with the outcome. J&J Truck and Auto Body, 1513 East Philadelphia.
We all like to save money, and State Farm can help with discounts. I'm State Farm agent Scott Carlson. When you combine your car insurance with your State Farm homeowner's insurance, you get big savings. Visit with me on how you can experience the good neighbor service that has made us America's #1 insurance company. Together, we can help make sure that you get the discounts you deserve with the coverage you need. No policy with State Farm? No problem. Call me, State Farm agent Scott Carlson, at 342-0188 and find out how much a multi-line discount can save you.
You asked and we listened. This month at Denny Manholt Rushmore Honda, not only do we have 0% financing on select new Hondas, we are also offering an additional $500 discount. Finance our most popular models for 0%. That's right, for the first time ever, Honda is offering 0% financing for up to 5 years on 20 and 21 SUVs and the Ridgeline. But that's not all. We want to help your dollars go further by offering an additional $500. If you are a recent or soon-to-be college graduate or U.S. military within 2 years of active duty, we will see you soon at Denny Manholt Rushmore Honda.
How does Taco John's define a valedictorian? A valedictorian is smart enough to know tuition at a top-tier value menu should cost no more than $1, $2, or $3. They've graduated to guac, bacon, and steak. So for all valedictorians, we introduce the new Valueist menu from Taco John's. Enroll today for just $1, $2, or $3 to start working on your value thesis. The new Valueist menu. Commence eating. Download our app for exclusive deals at Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better.
Broadcasting from the Anytime Auto Sales, Service, and Detail Studio. Sales, service, and side-by-sides. This is Fox Sports Rapid City.
Welcome back in the Nate Brown Show. We're live on Fox Sports Rapid City, your sports, your show. What a night tonight. What a night tonight. A lot of reaction to the NFL draft, and I think we have him. I appreciate his time. He's been busy, man. It just a lot of these. He's getting after it. A lot of analysts' appearances for Sean Salisbury, former NFL quarterback. He's on Sports Talk 790 in Houston. Find him on Twitter at Sean Unfiltered. A good follow. And he's here on the Nate Brown Show on Fox Sports Rapid City. Sean, I think I have you. How are you?
I'm doing good, my man. Sorry I was a little late. I was just finishing up a project and quiz for my master's degree, so I apologize. I'm doing good, man.
I appreciate you.
But it's great to be on.
I appreciate your time. Let me ask you, let's dig into this thing. I want to get your read on who you think, as a former QB, you look at this thing, who do you think is, outside of Trevor Lawrence, if that's the guy, who's going to be the best pro here out of these QBs, Sean?
Oh, man. It's the hardest thing to do is not only play that position, but take into account, like, for instance, let's backtrack to Sam Darnold. Great talent coming out of school. I think he's going to shine in Carolina with Joe Brady, but didn't have players and got into bad habits and threw the ball to the other team. And right now, people think Sam Darnold's a bust, and his performance and the Jets' performance while he was there is. I know this from studying him for a long time. He's a better football player than that. I know that for a fact, and a better quarterback. But so you parlay it out and say, okay, why didn't he? And there's so many factors that come into this, my man, that it's hard. But listen, I got 30, and I'm not avoiding the question. I got 35 things from each guy I like, and there's something in each of them other than probably Trevor Lawrence, other than I'd like to see them. He was expand his role offensively. It was pretty vanilla at Clemson, yet they had all that success. But he's a phenomenal talent. I think I'll roll through real quick. He is. I don't know how anybody can go through their list and say he won't be successful. I think the only way he's not successful, and I mean a star, if you said, Sean, pick 5 or 7 players that are either in this draft or playing currently that are going to be the biggest assets in the league over the next decade. He hasn't taken a snap yet, and Lawrence would be in the conversation for me. Is one of the top 10 for sure, and he's not taken a snap yet. I think he can be that good. It's what Jacksonville does. I mean, if they can build around him, if they can if Urban Meyer can take what he did in college and apply it there and have the patience, knowing they're going to lose some games early, that'll be one. For 2, I think Zach Wilson. I was able to work next to him in BYU's Fieldhouse. This was like 16 months ago before it started when he was competing for the job, and I trained a kid from BYU, and watching him and talking to him for about 45 minutes, and Zach, I thought, there's a different confidence about this kid, and there's a believability that he's good. And then you watch him throw and move around, and it's like, ooh, he's got some something special. So there's some magic there. Now he's going back to the Jets. Can he fix it? Because that'll be the question. But as far as flick of the wrist, upside, raw ability and confidence, it'll be hard-pressed to find anybody with more of it out of the 5 guys. The third, I had Trey Lance as the third quarterback. I love his ceiling, and I love his floor. I think he just needs to play more. If he was on Ohio State, and I hold Justin Fields in high regard, I still think they'd have been in the Final Four. The ball doesn't hit the ground. He doesn't throw it to the other team. So he's got the most fortunate one because he's going to a Super Bowl caliber team that was just beat up and injured last year. So I'd say he has the best chance early. Lawrence is going to get the most throws and all this stuff along with Zach Wilson. But as far as if he starts in San Francisco, he doesn't have to carry him like those other 2 guys I just mentioned. Fields, I think that he's got to get into the right system, and I think he is with Matt Nagy with the right system. Big, physical, does it all. My question is a little bit of inconsistency at certain times, and can he fix that up at the next level because it moves so fast for all these guys. Then finally, Mac Jones is probably the best recall of any of them. Throws on time, probably the least athletic, not probably is the least athletic of all of them. You look at Lance, and he's big and can do it all, and we love guys who can play from the pocket and extend it now. But I think as far as the guy who, when you get put an offense in, they will process it the quickest just because of where he's played and working with Sarkisian is him. I think they all have statistics are going to say 2 of them are going to be average. One's going to be out of the league in 5 years, and 2 or 8 years with an average career as a backup, and 2 are going to be stars and Hall of Famers. But I think they all got a chance. What they do around them will be important. Lawrence is the obvious choice. but there's a chance that a couple of these other guys will rival him as their careers roll on.
Sean Salisbury on tonight talking NFL Draft. Sports Talk 790 in Houston is his show, the Sean Salisbury Show. Let me ask you, Fields. The Broncos were sitting there at 9. A lot of Broncos fans thought, here we go, this is it. They don't go Fields. What did you think of that?
It tells me two things. One is that you don't love him. I've always believed, especially at quarterback, if you love a guy, you take him. You just do, especially if you're not having, John. They've had a little bit of tough times trying to get, post Peyton Manning, find that first round or second round guy that can carry them and is a franchise caliber quarterback. If you pass on a guy, and they went and got Bridgewater, who is a, no pun intended, a bridge guy who's a solid player. But there's a ceiling and not a franchise elite guy for the next 6, 7, 8 years. Drew Lock, I think that the inaccuracy of him with a big arm bothers coaches nowadays because it's so inconsistent on drives and ending 3 and outs with ability, but you got to be accurate. You got to throw to open. You got to throw people open in this league. Big arm, but he hasn't got to the next level yet. So if they knowing what I know and what I've watched, if they pass it on Justin Fields, it tells you this, and Mac Jones, that they didn't believe. It's one of two things right now, my man. It's either that they didn't believe that those guys are franchise quarterbacks, that they weren't in. It's not a matter of liking; it's a matter of loving when you're investing in the quarterback to change your franchise around. And I also believe that there is a chance that Aaron Rodgers ends up there, and that's why you pass on those two. You say, well, let's see, we can hold it down, but we do have leeway now in salary cap room to go jump on if Aaron Rodgers. I don't believe Aaron Rodgers is playing another down in Green Bay. I believe he's stubborn, and it's a good thing I'm on his side. I believe Aaron Rodgers is a scorekeeper, meaning he's got a chip on his shoulder and he remembers everything. You drafted Jordan Love. You didn't give me this weapon. Over the course of his career, he files it away. Scorekeeper. And yesterday was the perfect time for him to come out and say, not coming back. And I think he's had such a great career and is so confident and so stubborn that I believe that if they gave him you either come or you're not, you play here or you're not playing at all, I think he's at the point in his career he could walk away and not bat an eye. So I think Denver may be in play there for the reason of you passed on 2 of the 5 best quarterbacks in college football, and you need a quarterback. That ought to tell you something right there, because I don't believe that John thinks that Teddy's taken them to the promised land. Solid, yes, but franchise guy, no.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't know if they'll get it done. What's it going to take to get an Aaron Rodgers, Sean? I mean, you would give up the farm, right? It's a no-brainer. It's 3 first round,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I would. If I was other teams, once I heard that he's that point, now I believe Tua is still going to be a good player, but 9 games is not enough to judge him on. But if all of a sudden, Rodgers is different. There's a handful of cats in this league that are just different. That you say, if I get one Super Bowl while they're here, like let's say you got Rodgers and he's the reigning MVP. There's nothing slowing down about his game. And you got him for 5 years and you won 1 Super Bowl in that 5 years and we're in contention for a couple others and you had to give up 3 number ones even though he's 37 years old. I'd do it. I mean, that's the goal, to win one. And he's a coach keeper, meaning you'll get a new contract when he's your coach, and he is just a sniper as a football player. Yes, I would. If I knew that they were going to trade him or that he wasn't going there and I was Denver, anybody that's sitting on the fence saying I'm a player away and it's that cat, even some that have good players at the position, there is no doubt Aaron Rodgers is, we talk generational too much, but this is a Hall of Famer and one of the 10 best that's ever played the position.
Sean Salisbury, I'll let him run with this. I know you do a lot of work on this, training QBs. I'd like to get inside your mind on that, meaning this is a business now and it starts early. Give people a perspective of when it comes to the quarterbacks, you're training a lot of guys and how elite some of these guys look early on. Can you tell?
Yeah, I can. And I can pretty much tell. I'm not good at much. There's a few things I like to think I'm smart, and I can probably in about 8 throws tell you what I need to fix or what doesn't need fixed on a quarterback in shorts and a T-shirt. Then I got to watch a lot of tape because I want to see what they do. It's easy to throw in shorts and a T-shirt. I want to know what you do in gear when you're down by 7, when you've struggled in the first half, in inclement weather, when you're playing a poor game. Can you still lead your team and find ways to win even when things aren't going well. So I look at all those characteristics. But, yeah, I pretty much – it's something I probably have right now about 50 or 60 across the country. I'm actually out in Arizona seeing my son and training a kid from BYU who will be in Scottsdale because that's where I'm at right now working with him. But, yeah, I can. Real quick, what they've gone, and my number one is, do you love to play? And will you do lonely work? And are you in it for you or to fulfill your parents' dream? Now, I'll train a 1-star, a 5-star. I don't care. If a kid just wants to be a starting quarterback on his high school team and that's his dream, then we'll hopefully get that done for him. And if they want to keep playing at any level, great. I'll train them because I like to think that I love it. But if I love training them more than they love training, then we probably have a problem. They need to love it and work at it. But I'll tell you 2 quick things. I got a kid who's a freshman, just so you know, you can tell that very first time I had him, if he walked in your room in your studio right now, you'd think it was Trevor Lawrence. Same hair. If they had a movie, he would have to play his fill-in. 6'5", 6'4.5", about 230. He's 15.
Wow.
Now, he asked me to train him, and he's in the Woodlands in Texas, and he's different. The ball sounds different. He's a physical specimen. He's a freshman in high school. He's one of the top 1 or 2 freshmen in the country. But you go out there and work with him, and it's just different. So you know, I mean, he's got scholarship offers now. By the time he's out of high school, he should be as good as there is in America. And then I had a dad call me, and I'll leave you with this. I had a dad call me he said, somebody recommended you to me. How young do you train him? I said, well, all the way up to Sunday guys, down 5th, 6th graders, whatever. It just depends on what they love and what you want. And I'm a self-esteem builder and a mechanics guy, not a robot, but a mechanics. And he sent me a little video of a kid in the hallway in his house. He's 7. He's a first grader. And he dropped back. He dropped back and threw, and I'm like, wow, with a Nerf ball. I said, this is interesting. So I met them and went out and evaluated him one time. His name's Maverick. So right off the bat, I said, with the name Maverick, this kid better be good. I told his dad, and we laughed. And I'm still training him this day. He's a first grader that I'm telling you, if I said, hey, man, what do we do on the quick game? 3 steps, no hitch, and throw a receiver open. This kid's
wow.
And I'm going to have him for like 30 years, I guess. So it's pretty. So the gamut runs far and wide. Everybody thinks they have or wants to have the next Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers or Pat Mahomes, and if they want to get after it, I'm willing to travel all over the country to help them. I love the kids and I love coaching and teaching. I'll
tell you, interesting side note I wanted to get into as we talk all these quarterbacks, former NFL QB. Vikings fans up here, man, they remember you, Sean. There are a lot of Vikings fans up here, okay?
I remember them. It's even though I grew up in San Diego and finished my career in San Diego as a Charger, and now they're in L.A., I identify as a Trojan college-wise and as a Minnesota Viking. That, for me, that was my city and my team and my fans. I love them.
I like that. Sports Talk 790, he does that. He trains QBs. He's doing a master's class, and he does like 50 of these. So, Sean Salisbury on the Nate Brown Show tonight. Sean, appreciate you coming on. Really do. Thanks a lot.
Nate, you're all class. Keep up the good work. I'm honored to be on with you. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate your time. Really, really good stuff tonight. Sean Unfiltered on Twitter. Find him there on Twitter at Sean Unfiltered. Didn't have to do it on a Friday night, but he did it, so I appreciate it. Former NFL QB, former Vikings, San Diego Charger. You know Sean Salisbury, and now he's training all these young quarterbacks. That's on the side. And then he hosts a show every day on Sports Talk 790. What am I doing? I got to get busy. Yeah, I'm busy enough. No, I'm busy enough. I'm just not training QBs. Sean Salisbury runs through the gamut there. This is interesting. He said, look at all those quarterbacks. They all could be fine. Stats play out telling you they won't all be fine. And so everybody's prognosticating, and we all get fired up, and we wonder who's going to be great. And I just would like to take a swing as a Denver Bronco fan. I'd like to take a swing, and the Broncos haven't. The backup plan, is it Aaron Rodgers? That's our question of the day. The update, do you believe Rodgers is going to be a Denver Bronco? 52% of you still saying yes. 52% say yes. 48% no way. I'm going to take positive feelings into the weekend that Aaron Rodgers and the Broncos. Sean Salisbury said, look out, that could be real now. Look out. He said, Rodgers ain't going to play for Green Bay. He said he might just walk away. Well, if you're Green Bay, are you going to let him walk away? Or are you going to try and get some big-time trade value? That's the big question. You're going to get big trade value. You're going to let them walk away and host Jeopardy. So that might be real. I think it's tough, but it might be real. John Stiegelmeier up next. South Dakota State head football coach. The Jackrabbits in the quarterfinals of the FCS Sunday night. We'll talk Jackrabbit football next.
You're listening to the only live and local sports talk show in the Black Hills. The Nate Brown Show on Fox Sports RapidCity.com and live on 106.7 FM and 1150 AM Fox Sports Rapid City.
Rapid City Paintless Dent Repair is your local hail damage repair specialist with over 20 years of experience restoring cars to their pre-hail condition. Don't lose 30% of your resale value by having a body shop repaint it. Rapid City Paintless Dent Repair offers better resale value, has quick turnaround, and includes a lifetime guarantee on their work. The guys at Rapid City Paintless Dent Repair are trusted locals with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, offering free estimates and are conveniently located downtown. Remember them when it hails.
At Terrell Tires and the Speed Center, we let our customers do the talking.
Very well-maintained tire and speed shop, over-the-top service, and very reasonably priced. Need I say more?
Scott and crew at Terrell Tires have always gone over and beyond for us. Great prices for great tires. Also, anytime we've needed odd-sized tires for ranch equipment, Scott gets us what we need.
Great customer service. Spent plenty of time answering all of our questions, and the truck looks awesome with the new rims.
Terrell Tires and the Speed Center, 105 North Campbell Street, Rapid City.
Contracting. I'm here to remind you it's time to get that roof done. So what are you waiting for? Give us a call today. We'll give you our own estimate, separate from insurance, so you can make sure they're taking care of you. Call today, 343-ROOF. That's 343-7663. Or visit us at singcontracting.com. Don't delay, call today. Bye!
There can be no doubt, losing a loved one is always difficult. At O. Simon Schmidt Funeral Home, we strive to meet your emotional needs with compassion, kindness, and understanding. The caring staff at O. Simon Schmidt Funeral Home recognizes the importance of celebrating a life that was lived with dignity, respect, and professionalism, serving local families in their special time of need for generations. O. Simon Schmidt Funeral Home, Rapid City. Phone 343-0077 or visit osimschmidt.com.
Boss Pizza and Chicken know that sometimes you just need some awesome comfort food. And right now, Boss is taking things seriously in how they're serving their great pizza and roasted chicken with their new no-contact delivery. Just ask when you call in your order, and they'll leave your pizza right on your doorstep. Nobody has the selection of pizza like Boss Pizza and Chicken. Take the day off from cooking and get the good stuff from Boss. Order online at bosspizzaandchicken.com or call 399-BOSS. That's 399-BOSS.
Broadcasting from the Anytime Auto Sales, Service, and Detail Studio. Sales, service, and side-by-sides. This is Fox Sports Rapid City.
Welcome back in. Thanks for being a part of the conversation. South Dakota Sports Talk Show is live on Fox Sports Rapid City. The Nate Brown Show, weekdays 4 to 6. It's Friday in the beautiful Black Hills. It's a dandy day today. What a dandy day. Looking good this weekend. Hope you enjoy the weekend. Sunday night, college football. Do you know? Sunday night, man. Sunday. 7 o'clock Mountain Time. Okay, 8 Central. 7 o'clock Mountain, 8 Central. South Dakota State hosting Southern Illinois, the FCS playoffs in Brookings. It'll be on ESPN2. Head coach of the Jackrabbits is John Stiegelmeier, and he joins us on a Friday, getting you set for the playoff preview. Coach, it's good to have you. How are you?
I'm doing super, Nate. How are you?
I'm doing great. Let me ask you about this game. You do a lot of radio interviews, and I want to ask you, okay, something a little bit different here. It's Sunday night football. What's it look like in Brookings, the scene? And I know you want more people out there and try to get more people out there. How's it look for the matchup Sunday?
Obviously we want the capacity of what we're allowed right now, and they're allowing 50%. They went up from 25% in the first round to 50%. So we could have 9,500 approximately. The suites are all sold, so that's cool. They're giving 1,500 tickets to the students, giving them away free. So It should be a festive environment and fun to be on national TV to boot.
Yeah, no doubt. I want to ask you about the value of that, Coach. It's not like the first time you've been on national TV, but we're talking game day coming. I mean, the whole thing. But national TV, that's really what does a program, it's, big things. What value do you put in that for your program?
Well, a ton of value. I guess after the game day, ESPN game day last year, which was national TV, we realized the power of that type of situation, and it's not just for the program. Obviously, we're going to use it in recruiting, and we're going to have people watching from all over. But really, it's great for our university to get that kind of exposure, and
right.
And ideally, we can keep it going.
Yeah, no doubt, it really is. South Dakota State getting set for Southern Illinois. So let's talk about the Holy Cross game. You guys just rolled 31-3. What were you most impressed with in the win last week?
Two things. We ran the ball really well again, and then our defense played really well against a good football team. And I could tell as the game plan went, they recognized how good our defense was because they threw 3 passes over 10 yards in the football game. They were committed to try to control the ball with short passing game and running. And we allowed under 200 yards. So really, that concept of you win with a great defense, you're going to win a lot of games. We had a great defense that night.
Coach, your defense has been really good. It really has. Did you expect running the ball like this? You had 439 yards against Holy Cross. The last time you played Southern Illinois, you almost had 400. I mean, this is maybe one of the best rushing seasons I've seen. Did you expect that?
We gelled. First of all, we have really good running backs, but you can't do anything as a running back unless your big guys up front, your tight ends are doing the job. And we always give a big guy player of the week. The offensive lineman or tight end that played the best. We gave it to the entire group, the entire offensive line and tight end core because of what they did in that football game. So I didn't anticipate it, but I've watched it and it's been fun.
John Stiegelmeier, South Dakota State head football coach. Their game Sunday night, 7 o'clock Mountain Time, ESPN2. It's in Brookings, by the way. As he said, capacity's going up here to 50%. Southern Illinois comes in. So you played them a month ago, roughly a month ago, and you beat them 44-3. Okay? The players know that. So what do you tell the players all week long to try and make sure they're dialed in?
Well, it started with Monday with our mental strength coach talking about noise, and that's noise. That's something that takes your focus on what you're supposed to be focused on. You're getting better, the game plan, all those things, and it distracts you. And I call it static from the old days with the old AM radio, And then today I told them at the end of the game, I talked about it again, I reviewed it, and I said, let's review 2019. We beat UNI 38-7. Late in the season, they come back and beat us 13-10 in the playoffs. We got to play our best football regardless of what happened in the past.
How hungry is this team, Coach? Can you tell? I mean, for a national championship, what's it like internally in your bunch?
Well, I'll sum it up with what Coach Rogers said, our linebacker coach, who also played here and G8 here. He said to me the other day, he said, "Coach, this team is different." And what are the differences? Number one, they're unbelievably focused on everything they do, not just football. I mean, we've had 15 weeks now in a row where we haven't had a positive test, a COVID test. We're talking about 100 players that are in the college environment. That is unheard of. Games were canceled. We haven't had one positive test. We've had guys, we've changed the schedule sometimes twice in a day, and they come to practice with a bounce in their step. They are just so committed to each other, which allows you to be committed to, that ultimate prize, the national championship.
John Stiegelmeier, South Dakota State head football coach. The Jackrabbits trying to get to that national title. Just a couple of steps away, and it's Southern Illinois. We talk about the static, the noise. I do look at them. I say, okay, what do you see from them? That win against Weber State, I mean, that's not a bad team out there. They go on the road, they win. What do you see from Southern Illinois? Maybe are they better than the first time?
Well, their quarterback's playing at a real high level. I mean, he's a winner. He makes plays. I watch the film and I say, this play's going to end in a bad way, and he ends up making a 20-yard completion. He's got really good players around him. They're playing better defense. I know they're playing better defense than when we played them because they struggled in some things. They're just, you're supposed to get better every week, and Coach Hill's got them getting better. And to go on the road and beat the undefeated team from the Big Sky, that type of travel is really a statement.
Yeah, that was interesting. They beat Weber State. Now they have the Jacks. It's Sunday night, ESPN2, Jackrabbits FCS playoff matchup, 7 o'clock Mountain Time start. South Dakota State sitting 6-1, trying to get to the national championship. Couple more games away. John Stiegelmeier. Coach, have a good game Sunday. I appreciate you coming on.
I appreciate you. You have a good night. Take care.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. John Stiegelmeier on the Nate Brown Show, Fox Sports Rapid City. Head football coach for the Jacks, doing a great job. This team is salty. This team is salty. It really is. It really is. This Jackrabbit football team is salty. 439 yards, okay? 439 yards of total offense against Holy Cross. They almost ran for 400 against Southern Illinois a month ago. They almost ran for 400, okay? I mean, they're running the ball at a really high clip. Their defense is really tough. Jackrabbits' offensive line has been really good. You talk to the national analysts, they've been really good. I think the Jackrabbits it feels like this could be the year. This could be the year. Couple games here, okay, quarterfinals now, then you get into the semifinals and getting closer and closer to Frisco for the national championship. Who's hot and who's not on a Friday on the Nate Brown Show? We got to have some fun with it. The Vegas line makers have moved the Super Bowl odds around just based on this Aaron Rodgers speculation. You're not going to believe this. What are the odds that the Packers win the Super Bowl? What are the odds that the Broncos win the Super Bowl? You're not going to believe this. Next.
Your sports, your show. This is the Nate Brown Show on 106.7 FM and 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
Warren Chemical and Equipment Company has a 5-step lawn care program to make your lawn the best it can be. Let Warren take care of your lawn weeds, plus 5 applications of fertilizer and micronutrients for a green, healthy lawn. We also offer lawn aeration to help your lawn breathe. Warren's 5-Step Lawn Pro Service is the original lawn service company in Rapid City. Single applications of weed and feed or just lawn weeds are also available. Call Warren Chemical and Equipment Company for an estimate on our 5-step lawn care program for your lawn. Phone 342-7644.
West River Electric, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative, is a proud supporter of our youth and area sports teams. West River Electric covers 4,500 square miles in western South Dakota and is committed to this community. From volunteer fire and ambulance to coaching youth sports teams, West River Electric employees are answering the call to serve and improve their local communities. To learn more, visit westriver.coop. West River Electric, powering you for a brighter future.
Here at Pizza Ranch, we love the unique ways other countries compliment their chefs. In France, they say magnifique. In Italy, delizioso. And in many parts of the world, it's a compliment to belch. Don't try that at home, kids. But at Pizza Ranch, we keep hearing the same thing over and over again when guests bite into our pizza. Our famous chicken. And all the favorites on our buffet. We're beginning to think you're all trying to tell us something. We'll take that as a compliment. Pizza Ranch.
Broadcasting from the Anytime Auto Sales, Service and Detail Studio. Sales, service, and side-by-sides. This is Fox Sports Rapid City.
Welcome back in the Nate Brown Show, South Dakota Sports Talk Show on a Friday. We're almost to the weekend. Almost to the weekend. Listener text coming in. Nate, do you think the Broncos are thinking they're getting Watson once everything's settled with this lawsuit stuff? I don't think so. I mean, that's way, way up in the air. I think the Aaron Rodgers thing is more legitimate than anything. I don't know what it means that, they took the corner last night, and so they're planning on getting Rodgers. I think they're probably going to be aggressive. George Payton avoided a question from Ryan O'Halloran last night about Aaron Rodgers, so he avoided that question. I think the Broncos are going to try and do what they can, and if they have to give up the farm, I think you have to do it. The goal is to win championships, not just be okay and hope both teams have fun. So after the miss of not getting Justin Fields last night, in my opinion, you better make a play for Aaron Rodgers as aggressive as you can. Will it happen? That's going to be a tough one. I think Watson's out the window. I just do too many obstacles there and potential problems and NFL suspensions potentially. I can't do that. I would love to have a weekend where, Aaron Rodgers and the Broncos have agreed. How about that? Well, we can always hope, right? Let's get into that. Speaking of Aaron Rodgers and the Broncos, who's hot and who's not, brought to you by the Pizza Ranch. Hit the Pizza Ranch buffet, open daily. Yes, tomorrow, Sunday, 11 to 8, and the new Pizza Ranch wings. If you haven't hit them, you got to hit them. Carry out and delivery, pizzaranch.com. 2 locations, the Pizza Ranch buffet, ready to go. Who's hot? I'm going to throw this one your way. The Vegas line makers have moved around Super Bowl odds just based on the Aaron Rodgers speculation. So money's starting to flow in if Aaron Rodgers moves from the Packers. Now, I think this is getting a little rich. Who's hot? I'll put the Denver Broncos in that category, even though it's a little rich for me. The Broncos have jumped up, okay? They've jumped up as now plus 1,400 to win the Super Bowl. Now you're going to say, what's that mean? You bet $100, you win 1,400, okay? If the Broncos win the Super Bowl. Only 4 teams have better Super Bowl odds. So that should tell you everything you need to know. They think the Broncos, all of a sudden, they don't even have Aaron Rodgers yet. They may not get Aaron Rodgers. My point is, don't take that from Vegas. That's my suggestion, okay? Entertainment purposes only. They're trying to tell you the Broncos, only 4 teams have better Super Bowl odds today on BetMGM. The Broncos have jumped up. They're tied with the 49ers and the Ravens. The Denver Broncos with Teddy Bridgewater and Drew Lock are tied with the Ravens for the highest, some of the highest Super Bowl odds. In my Pizza Ranch, who's not, I'll stay in the same deal. The Packers, who still have Aaron Rodgers, the reigning MVP, they fall behind the Broncos. The Packers to win the Super Bowl now plus 1,600. Somebody explain that to me. The Packers have Aaron Rodgers. Well, at least for now. I'm not taking either of those bets. Nice try, Vegas. Let's get you set for Post-22 baseball. I got to tell you, Post-22 baseball is ready to go tomorrow, okay? Doubleheader here on Fox Sports Rapid City. It'll be Adam Birch with the call. Matt Kearney running the show. Adam Birch, our new play-by-play man, the voice of the Hard Hats. We introduce him to you tomorrow. Has a history of covering some Sioux Falls Canaries, the Spearfish Sasquatch up there in the Expedition League. And Adam Birch, now the voice of the Hard Hats. He'll be covering Post-22 baseball all summer long. And it starts tomorrow, a doubleheader tomorrow afternoon with Cheyenne. And then one game on Sunday at 1:30. Hard Hats baseball is back on Fox Sports Rapid City tomorrow. The Nate Brown Show out for the weekend, back on Monday. Enjoy Hard Hats baseball. We'll see you back Monday at 4.